somewhere else. But
All
I'm
right.
not stressed about it. I'm just. All right, everybody, welcome to the Canby Area Transit Advisory Committee meeting for November 20th. We have Adrienne zooming in. So let's call to order. Let's do the approval for the minutes from July 24th. It's been a little while since we've met up.
Full introductions.
Oh, yeah, true. Let's do full introductions. So I'm Stephanie Boyce. I believe the position is chair of the committee. Go ahead.
I'm Deanna Balcarb, Vice Chair.
Nancy Muller.
Todd Wood, Transit Director. Colin Carney, General Manager.
Heidi Muller, Transit Operations.
Adrienne, committee member.
And Adrienne?
Can you hear me?
Well, I'm not sure.
I don't know
Don't
if she
hear.
can hear us, but we got Adrienne
Do you wanna-
Navarro on Zoom.
Turn the volume up.
Yeah, let me check the volume.
No,
Yeah, we're good to go.
maxed out.
Well, Adrienne, she's on Zoom with us.
You want to check the
All right, can you
audio
hear me now?
speaker and make sure it's set to the correct TV speaker.
Should be.
Can you hear me now?
I'll grab my phone quickly to see if she's trying to message me at all.
It's set to the Dante IO module. What the heck? Set it to the,
No, she
no,
hasn't.
set it to the TV, which is the HDMI.
Hey, Adrienne, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, was that a message from her saying that I'm here?
She
Yeah.
said that she couldn't
Okay.
hear us. Or
Try this one.
We're working on it.
How about now?
Okay,
So if you can hear us, that's good.
that's good.
All right.
Okay.
Should be on this one, but
Okay. It's, the module's either not on or it's not working.
IT director's on it.
Whatever.
I guess, Adrienne, if you're okay with just listening. Oh, here, she just texted me. No worries if I can't hear, if you can't hear me. Okay, she says. Okay, we'll continue knowing that you can at least hear us. All right.
We'll figure it out.
Someday.
Okay.
All right.
She says, sounds good. Ha ha ha. All right.
Sounds great.
All right, sweet. If you have any questions, text me. I've got my phone open and we'll let you know. Okay, so open for public comments. Does anybody have any? We don't seem to have anybody here. Does anybody know of any that were online sent in?
Nope.
No? Okay, perfect. Old business. We've got, oh wait, or do we need to go back to the approval of the minutes from
Yes.
July 24th? Yeah, I apologize. Approval from July 24th.
I move that we accept the minutes as written.
I second that.
Aye. Yeah,
All right.
okay. Now going on to old business, OTA conference recap.
We went to the OTA conference.
Was this the one that was in the gorge?
This one is in Bend.
Bend? Yep.
It was Sunday through Wednesday. And then it was okay.
Was none of the committee able to attend?
None of the committee was able to attend. Bend is generally harder for people because it's so far away. We will be at Seaside next year, so that'll be a little bit easier. It was a little lackluster this year. I think
Okay.
they didn't have as many classes. They didn't have as much new information. We didn't learn as much new information. So it's still good. We actually got a chance to talk with our operations folks at TransDev for a little while, hang out with them. And we got to meet with a couple of our other contractors, the one that was doing some tech services for us, and have a conversation with them as well. And then network with our county partners, which was good. But outside of that, it was, you didn't miss much, I guess, is the way, which is unfortunate, but we're hoping next year will maybe be a little bit more exciting. So.
Well, I can tell you all that if it's gonna go back to Seaside and if they give you the opportunity to go, I enjoyed it. I learned a lot from it. If you get the opportunity, I'd take advantage of going to that conference in Seaside if you're able to. Next, new transit vehicle updates.
So, just a update and just wanted to throw those up there for people to remember which design was chosen for the transit vans. Right now, the transit vans are in the fit and finish phase. I believe the last van was just delivered about a week ago. I actually just had the Taylor Graphics actually called me today, but unfortunately I was out dealing with something, so I have not called them back. So I'll be calling them tomorrow because I'm pretty sure their question is, when are we gonna be putting the graphics on? I have not heard from Northwest, but basically what I got from them at the conference was sometime in December.
Yeah, they had 3 already.
They had 3 already. The last one got delivered about a week ago.
They've been doing the camera.
And they've been doing the cameras and getting all that.
Boxes, all that. kind of
So
stuff.
I'll probably be going up there in December with Kimberly, who's been handling our vehicle procurements and doing the inspections on the transit vans. So once those come in, we'll have them wrapped and hopefully get them out on the road sometime after the next new year. So we'll have 4 new transit vans out on the road.
It's good because we've got a few buses that are starting to drop. We just retired
Unfortunately,
one 2 weeks ago. And then we got another one out. So these hopefully will replace our Dial-A-Ride for our Dial-A-Ride folks. And then we can have
yep,
4 of those with 1 spare. That's the hope anyway.
that's the hope. Unfortunately, our turtle top, we found out, has not even started production yet on the line. It is still holding in the factory. They're working on other orders at this time. So sometime next year, hopefully it'll start on the line. We should hopefully have it done before the fiscal year.
Is the weight issue been alleviated?
The weight issue has been alleviated, but unfortunately the bus has been shortened. So it's gonna be a 25-foot instead of 28-foot.
Okay.
So, and we lost a couple little features on it, so unfortunately. So that's the vehicle updates I have, and obviously I'll post on our social medias once we take delivery and stuff with the vans and with the little woohoos. So, yeah.
Okay. Status on route schedule updates.
So Heidi has worked her tail off to create a route that reduces the Woodburn side of the 99X to roughly every hour. And then increases the.
You doing Woodburn first?
Hmm?
Or are you doing Woodburn?
No, it doesn't matter. I'm doing them both in one giant swoop. Reduces the Woodburn side to about every hour. When we pulled up the data for the ridership, we really didn't have enough ridership for every half an hour. When we went through every half an hour, we would have like on some routes an average of 1 or sometimes less than 1 rider a day. And that's just an average. So and our transit master plan said we really should be focusing more on the Oregon City side. And so we wrote the schedule. It's not final, but it would reduce the Woodburn side to every hour and then the Oregon City side to roughly every 20 minutes with a couple of 40 minutes in the morning and evening, and I think an hour. We've sent it off to Colin's crew down there to review it because we didn't build in the lunches and breaks in this. So they're looking it over to see if it'll work for them. And if not, to come back with an alternative schedule that might work for their, because they have to provide lunches and breaks for their folks, obviously. And so when we get that back, we'll figure out what works well, and then we'll hopefully be able to implement this at some point. It's not going to change our bottom line much as far as cost goes. What it is going to do is it's going to shift 5 hours of Dial-A-Ride over to fixed route, if all works out. The way our contract is written is they have up to 25 hours of Dial-A-Ride. Because of the loop, the Dial-A-Ride has dropped off precipitously. We're down to about 17 to 18 hours a day. And that was predicted that would happen. What you find is that folks who are ambulatory would prefer to get out on their own and ride the bus on their own without having to call a service. So we find a lot of folks use the route that way. And so we're only getting about 17 to 18 hours on average a day. So we're going to shift that 5 hours over to fixed route. So our overall total, as far as number of hours, doesn't change a whole heck of a lot. So the cost doesn't really change a whole heck of a lot on that end, but we're still waiting to hear from TransDev. And I'm not in a rush to throw this out there. So they're going to take whatever time they need to look through it and see what they can do to make it work. We did try to fill a couple of gaps on the loop. I don't know if those will work. It really depends on, again, what they can do with human peoples and their breaks and lunches. But this is trying to align our services with what the Transit Master Plan basically said, which is most people are going to Oregon City, and it is true. 60% of our ridership is on the north side to Oregon City, and 40% of our ridership is on the south side, and that 40% is spread out enough. And I think Heidi did a good job of capturing those times when most of that 40% is riding. And so it should be fairly seamless for most of the folks on the south side. So we'll see. Anyway,
I like it.
yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but there's no such thing as a perfect schedule.
Well, there's always going to be adjustments.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And again, we got to figure out what the humans can do.
Right.
So.
All right. That is the status on route schedule updates. Transit staffing update.
So Melody has left us. She retired officially. Gone, but not really gone. She's joined the city as on the budget committee, I believe.
Yeah.
How long was she? Because I'm newer. So how long was she
She
with
was
you guys?
3 years, 3.5 years, I think.
Okay.
Somewhere right in there. This was her second time retiring from the city of Canby. She
Really?
worked for the PD
Wow.
for many years. And so she did a fantastic job. We were very sad to see her go. I totally understand. She's wants to launch into a more political career. And so that's what she's working on, I guess. So we will be filling her position. We just don't know how. So whether or not it's going to be another admin or if we're going to shift that over to a more maintenance type of role,
We
because
didn't do much of a fanfare, so I had to make something and really broadcast it, so I had to
I'm
embarrass
sure
her a
she
little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah. A little bit of acknowledgement, yeah. It's all
someone who
good.
doesn't like fanfare, I'm sure she appreciates the extra.
I'm gonna make sure she watches this.
So anyway, we will be refilling her role, not yet. I will need the city administrator's approval, and I think there's some questions on the overall city budget. And so we're gonna leave it open for the time being until I get the thumbs up. And then Heidi and I are trying to evaluate whether or not this is the role we want to continue, because we do have now 9 stops that need maintenance. And we don't have the time to be out there sweeping and cleaning stops on a regular basis, because the shelters require more work than just a bus pole sitting out somewhere.
Right.
And we're getting complaints already about the cleanliness of the bus stops, even though they're not bad, but it's just the way it is.
Overall, it'd be washing them down, sweeping out.
Washing them down, sweeping them, taking care of sign maintenance, which right now Heidi does, and some other odd jobs. I don't know, again, not sure yet. What
Okay.
Melody did was really important, and it took a huge burden off of Heidi's plate. And so we may shift into that direction. A lot of it's going to depend on what the city administrator kind of directs based on the city. So he may ask me to carry over a body from the city into transit. So, which would be fine, because that would just refill Melody's role with that same type of work.
Okay,
So we'll see.
okay.
Yeah.
Was somebody coming to report, or did they come to city council to report it, or how'd they notify you that there was issues? Were they emailing you or calling you?
Yeah, they're calling, no, they're emailing the finance department. They send in their payroll tax and then send in a complaint.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how they were doing it.
Well, they don't, this is just, this group is just,
This isn't the norm.
we're paying payroll tax as a business and this bus stop is dirty.
Got it. Okay.
And we want it cleaned. It's right out in front of our store and it's like, well, but you put the store there, the bus stop is already there. And it's actually your store that has increased the I can't say that, but
Normally, would they have contact, every citizen, should they actually be contacting you though?
yeah, it would be
about
better
it
if they would
directly?
just call us directly and
Yeah.
email us
I was gonna
directly.
say, how come it went through that via,
It's just,
why didn't it come through this? So,
when, especially with businesses, their contact with the city is, I pay the transit tax and
Correct.
this, And so it would be better if they would contact us directly, because then we can go out there. So these folks, we said, here's our numbers,
Yeah, cut out the
Call-
middleman, go straight to you. You got this.
call us. So, anyway.
Okay. All right, new business operations report.
Alright. So operations report, so for October, I, I cannot recall, but I kind of changed up the way this looks. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. But I have added new columns of year-to-date columns instead of just fiscal year quarterly columns. So you guys can actually see where we're at on the actual year-to-dates. So as the year goes through, you're not just gonna see the 4 months numbers, you're gonna see what we're actually at for the fiscal year as well. So that's what that new last 3 columns are. So you guys can see how we're actually progressing for the actual fiscal year comparative to the last fiscal year. So I hope that makes sense. So then you guys can actually, see how we really are progressing. So overall, 99X is doing kind of about the same. We're down just a hair bit on the weekday. And I apologize, Nicole. Our loop is still just slightly, just a little bit increasing, only about 30%. I mean, just a little bit, overall in the year to date. And then, as Todd had mentioned with the dial-a-ride, weekday dial-a-ride has decreased, especially for our general public. General public is almost next to nothing. If you, in the overall grand scheme, if you look at it, we're down almost 54%. And in paratransit, we're down almost 8% in weekday ridership. And a lot of that, I think, is loop service, taking some ridership away.
I want to point out here real quick, that's a good thing. Dial-a-ride is significantly more expensive to
Yes.
operate than fixed route. So the more people that shift from dial-a-ride to fixed route, the better off we are overall.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, the rides per hour is very, very important to see. So when you look at rides per hour, that number being green in both fixed route is a very good sign. So on the 99X, we're running at about 5.77 people per hour. And on the Canby Loop, we're running about 9.4 people per hour, which is fabulous. And then on dial-a-ride, we're running at about 2.16. So overall this year, we're up about almost 2,000 riders. So about almost 6% for a weekday. Our weekend ridership, has actually been increasing steadily overall. 99X, we've been seeing a slight increase of almost 2%. Our Canby Loop, yet again, just a little bit, about 31%. So it's becoming more popular as people get to know it and use it. I think it would have done a little bit better last month if that really bad storm didn't hit, because that Saturday really took a dip on both 99 and the Canby Loop. So I think our numbers would have actually been a little bit better if we didn't have that really bad storm on that last Saturday. Our dial-a-ride on the weekend though has exploded. I have
75%.
Yeah, I have found that our dial-a-ride on the weekend, we're contracted to have them do about 10 hours of dial-a-ride service, and they're exceeding that, which is fine.
Guarantee 10 hours.
Yeah, they're guaranteed 10 hours for
So if
dial-a-ride.
they're below that, we still pay 10 hours. Because by law, we have to have an availability.
Yeah. But we've been exceeding that, and unfortunately, poor Colin has at times had to have, what, 2 to 3 drivers on a Saturday
It's
sometimes.
always two.
Always 2,
So
sometimes a third,
3 is
so,
because everybody wants to go at the same exact time.
yeah.
So it makes it difficult because a third person is needed for a short window. That's not really something you consistently schedule for, because it's you never can quite and guess when the demand is going to be there and how much that demand is going to be. So
And plus Saturdays are free, so people like that little bonus, I think. So a lot of our clients who can't really utilize the service during the weekday for that fare will use it to go shopping and stuff like that. So we're seeing quite a bit of increase on the weekend for that Saturday service. So overall, our Saturday service is up about almost 10%. So overall for the year, we're up almost a little over 2,100 rides. So we're working our way to I think we're gonna be breaking over 100,000 this year if we keep this trend up. So at this point,
No winter storms, please.
yeah, no more, yeah, the winter storms, yeah, no more. So. Any questions?
Not me. All right, on to new business. Oh, wait, we already did that. Aurora City Council meeting recap.
Well, I won't go through the slides. Heidi gave you the slides if you want them, but we're not
I'll
gonna go through the
stop sharing
slides.
We're all good.
So we got asked to come to Aurora City Council by one of the council members because we provide service through there, and they wanted to talk about transit funding and what we did. And so we gave them the presentation you have. We had a conversation with them about their funding issues, and they want our help securing some more funding for some projects. Mostly STIF, State Transportation Improvement Funds. They are technically in Salem's district, and so Salem's their QE, so their money goes to Salem. So one of the things they wanted is they want improved bus stops, which benefits us, obviously. And so I'm going to win the discretionary grant, which the state will release hopefully sometime in the spring. I'm going to apply for 4 bus stop improvements, including new shelters and lights and stuff like that for their 4 bus stops. And then they want us to meet with Salem and see if we can't talk about a way to extend service to them dial-a-ride wise by getting State Transportation Improvement Fund money to expand our dial-a-ride down to Aurora. I don't know that
thought
we.
you said Salem at first, and I was like,
No.
I'm gonna have to say something.
Well, Salem is their qualified entity, so all their
Okay.
stiff money. So I have to go to Salem to request the funding from Salem for Aurora.
Got it.
So I'm not sure, I'm honestly not sure where that will go.
Yeah.
And even if I can get them to give the funding, the city council has to approve us doing that, and their city council has to approve us doing that. So, but it's the bus stop should be pretty easy to do. And again, that benefits us directly because that's our service anyway. And then the rest of it, we'll see what what Salem has to say about it and see if that's even possible. Or if we could just get some additional funding for the 99X, that would be nice, because we run that service through there. So that's some time off, because we're in this biennium now, and that means the funding cycle doesn't begin for nearly 2 years again. But I have to start talking to Salem probably this summer, the latest, see if they're even willing to have that discussion and what they're willing to do. And I can almost tell you the answer, but I said I would do it, so I will do it. I'll have that conversation with him. Talked to the mayor about it a little bit yesterday, and so he's interested in seeing what we can get out of Salem. Since again, we serve Marion County and receive zero funding from Marion County for the service we provide. But so they'd like to see a little bit of that money come back to us.
Okay, Adrian has a question. Do we get to vote whether or not we ask for the grant?
Which grant?
Which grant, Adrian? I believe, are you asking about the grant to further extend the one for Aurora?
Which of the two? The bus stop one?
The bus stop one? What was the other one?
The other one was for expanded service.
Expanded either. She says.
So the bus stop one will be Aurora asking for the grant for their bus stops. And I would just help them do that so that we could get bus stops for us. So it would be up to the Aurora City Council to decide whether or not they actually want to pursue that grant. I just told them I'd help them do so. As far as the other one, yes. If we were gonna ask, if Salem said yes, just put in the application, then it would come here. And we would talk about it at that point and vote to move it to City Council, if that makes sense.
Okay, did you understand that? Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, perfect. This is working out great.
Technology. Gotta love it.
Technology, yes. All right.
That was the one thing I forgot to do, was test the audio.
Yeah.
All right.
Headphones, gotta love them.
Next would be funding delays.
So just to recap real quick, our funding comes from three main sources. One would be federal funds, one would be state transportation improvement funds, and the other is payroll tax. The state transportation improvement funds come from TriMet. We've signed the agreement with TriMet, so those will be coming shortly, but normally we get them in July and it's now October. Now it's now November. So, but that'll be signed tomorrow. So those funds, those are the ones that handle our dial-a-ride and our weekend service, as well as some of our elderly and disabled service. I wasn't worried about those because we knew that money is there. What's not there is our 5310. We get two federal funds. One is 5311 and one is 5310. 5311 just arrived. I was able to get some money back from that, but the 5310 has not arrived. That money comes from the federal government to the state government. And the state has got themselves into a bit of a pickle because they failed an audit or something. I don't know the whole story, but I know that there's some delays in getting that money. So we have not gotten the 5310 yet, even though the quarter has passed. And I've already put everything in. We haven't got that money. It's worth about $90,000 a year to us. So we're hoping that will show up. We have the money to cover ourselves. So it's not a massive deal, but it would be nice. That funds our 99 or our dial-a-ride services during the week. It helps fund it anyway. The other worrisome piece of this puzzle is they have not been guaranteed the 5311 or the 5310 for next year. And so I think the state has to meet certain criteria or whatever to make sure they get that money, or I don't know. I don't know what the whole story is. There's a lot of problems. I'm sure you've seen it in the news, ODOT. That's why that transportation package got passed, because ODOT was in the hole by like 1.8 billion. And some of that is due to problems internally, and that the federal government, has criteria, just like we have criteria that we have to meet. So they were audited recently. We were part of that audit. We got audited as a part of the ODOT audit. by the federal government. So it's kind of interesting. They came down and reviewed our stuff to make sure that ODOT was doing their job in monitoring us. So,
I'm sure you weren't stressed about it because fiscally, you guys are pretty transparent and keep.
we're in good shape, but
Yeah.
there is a bigger issue there that is happening. There's some other issues that relate to the way the agreements are written, and the state doesn't want to sign certain agreements and so on and so forth. I am not involved in all that. All I know is as of now, we don't have any 5310 money. They're hoping they will get it soon. And we don't know what next year looks like, because that's worth $330,000 on the 5311 side and $90,000 on the 5310 side. So it's worth about $400,000 in funds to us. Again, we have the money in the bank if we need to cover it until they figure this out. So I'm not stressed about it.
Right.
You know, it would be one of those things that if this kept going for a number of years, it would be problematic. But it's not problematic for us right now. But just be aware, you know, TriMet's already started cutting. They've got a $300 million budget gap that they're trying to close. So they've started laying people off. I believe South Clackamas is looking at reducing service in the next couple of years because they're seeing a red line. I'm not, the other partners seem to be okay. And of course, Wilsonville, for some reason, is flush with cash, as they always are. So
Good payroll tax base.
they get like 6 million in payroll tax because they have all the fancy businesses.
Mhm.
They get the tech stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, I mean, it's telling that they have a Lamborghini dealership there. Or is it
Yes.
Porsche? Is it Lamborghini?
I thought it was both.
I thought it was Ferrari.
Oh, you're right. It's Ferrari.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Anyway.
Ferrari.
That's it.
Not that I can afford it, but.
You're not allowed down that street. So
I know.
Maybe if you work for the smart bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm not a staffer.
those are too new for the smart director. He likes the old, you know, of course his Mustang's not that old.
No, his Mustang's the same year as mine, I think.
Yeah, it's nice. Anyway, so I just wanted to make you all aware, financially, we're fine, right? So this isn't
Yes.
impacting our services, but if this continued long-term, it could impact
Yes.
us. But right now, the money that we were hoping would be here is not here, so.
All right, next holiday.
Yeah, so it is that time of year again. It is that time of year. Holiday Light Tour, so it'll be on December 11th. We usually start the pickups around 4 o'clock in the evening. Try to get done by 9 at the latest.
I didn't realize you were out that late.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
Oh, believe me, it's past my bedtime. We have already started tour signups. And they end at December 1st at 5. That'll give me time to, make sure that we have enough room for people. If there's still room available and people call after the 1st and I still have room available, I may accept people after the 1st. So you're welcome to try and call. But go ahead and give us a call, select option 3 for me. And I will put you down on the list. I just need to know name, phone number, address, how many people, and if you have any mobility devices. And then you'll get a call the week of the tour with the pickup times, when we're gonna pick you up with the bus. And then we take you around town, show you all the pretty holiday lights. Me and Todd do it. And then we bring you back here to City Hall. We usually take up the Willamette Room. And we'll have some local treats, delights. I think we're gonna go to Oaxaca Bakery this time. And have some hot drinks and some swag and presents and goodies for
Is this
people.
the first that you're announcing it, or you've already put it?
I've already put it out. I've actually, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I
Didn't
emailed
know how
out.
fast it would fill up.
It doesn't fill.
I honestly only have 2 people on the list right now.
Okay.
And it is open to any member of the public that's open.
And if
so
you don't have to be registered for our service to be signed up, it's
if
open
you
to the
don't want
public.
us picking you up, you can just tell Heidi, I just want to meet the bus, and she can tell you where to meet the bus.
Yep.
So we don't have to. pick
But
you
I
up.
will preface, because of last year, we had some issues last year with if you do choose to come to the city hall, where we usually have people meet us to be picked up, the tour will start on time at the time we say we are departing. So if you're running late, the tour is gonna start on time. We unfortunately cannot hold up, wait, or anything, because last year we waited and it ended up causing some conflicts. And it just kind of spiraled. Nancy could probably attest to that since she was there.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
It's a great little event. Heidi spends several nights just driving around the city, finding the best streets for Christmas lights, and then maps
Oh,
it
yeah, I
out
gotta do
to
that.
figure out. You gotta maps it out to figure out what the best routes are to go through.
And
then-
if people have
then she has to-
recommendations, let us know.
And then she has to cut it down and then cut it down some more. 'Cause
Yeah.
If we really did the full tour that we would want to do, it'd be hours and hours.
People
Because-
wouldn't get home until midnight.
I think we try to limit to an hour and 15 minutes, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's a great event. I missed it last year. I'm real bummed. I got the flu at just the wrong time.
Yeah.
But it's my favorite event. So, and people just seem to really enjoy it.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
We play Christmas music, we decorate the bus. I have battery lights in the bus, so we turn on battery lights, and so it's all festive, black out the bus.
We do. You do.
You do, huh?
Well,
Yeah. All right, well, that's good. I love that. I love hearing about it every year. All right, so now let's go into discussion items, open for new discussions. I have one. I have a gentleman by the name of Donald Perman, who has brought to my attention that the buses appear to be parking on a private street, is what he has said, and has asked that we no longer do that. Here's a picture of the bus. I'm not sure of the date that was taken. I told him that I would bring it up and see where we can go with that, if we can come up with an idea to stop that.
Mr. Perman has brought this up to the city council.
Okay,
And I was directed by the city administrator to solve the problem. And to be fair, we hadn't for many years, there was a problem and we asked drivers to stop sitting on the cul-de-sac. They hadn't for a long time. We did service the cul-de-sac because there are businesses there that we would drop off and pick up people. But and then we had an incident where a driver unknowingly sat there and brought this back up. So we have since, I've worked with Colin, we have since banned all drivers from servicing that road at all, which means anybody who wants to access any of those businesses must be dropped off or picked off on Redwood. And they are not allowed to enter that cul-de-sac at all. And Heidi has set up a geofence in our tracking system to make sure that we don't do so. And since that time, we have had 0 incidents. The bus is ending up on that. So it has not happened for at least a month now.
oh, okay. This was
and-
just brought to my attention.
Yeah, so, and we are tracking it again, and Colin's already got his people all dialed in. And so it's not been an issue and it should not be an issue in the future. So,
Okay.
I understand he's got lots of issues with that flock. I get that. But as far as Canby Area Transit goes, we believe.
That's what you can do in your scope.
I think we've solved that issue on our end, and if not, he's welcome to call me directly, and I promise I will take care of it. So,
Okay. Like it. All right, perfect. Well, with that, we
anybody
can,
else?
oh, yes, anyone else?
No?
Well, Adrian?
Adrian, do you have anything? Let me see if she has messaged to me.
I guess one thing that I will share is I just I'm thankful for the drivers. It's been great last month and some of this month, my husband had to do physical therapy plus his dialysis.
Oh, boy.
And he had to ride the bus 5 days a week, and just the great communication, getting there, picking them up and taking care of them. And I know that some of the drivers, we tell them that we appreciate them, but I just want to mention that we appreciate how everyone works together. And one time I had to call to cancel a ride because there was an issue. And it was nice to have them actually ask like, hey, how's he doing? And it's like, everything's okay. We just have this hiccup or whatever, but it's nice to have that.
Nice. Very nice. That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. I know Colin works very hard to keep everything moving along and
Yeah,
so.
yeah, no, we appreciate it.
Great.
Adrian says nothing from her.
Okay.
Good to go. All right, so I vote to adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Second that, we're good? All right, guys, thanks. Thanks, Adrian. We're gonna sign off.
We'll get the audio fixed for next time, I promise.